everybody, welcome back to an episode of the 3 Count Regular. I'm Mr. First Place War Machine MJ, and I'm here today to talk about NXT from the 19th and NXT UK from the 20th, aka the Fallout show from TakeOver Portland for NXT. It wasn't a good show compared to its contemporary. That, of course, being AEW. AEW had a slam banger of a show this past week between the tag team championships and the battle royal and that hell of a steel cage. NXT felt like a hangover episode this week. So let's go ahead and get things started. We started with Undisputed Era in the ring. Basically, Adam Cole, baby, was gloating, saying, "Yep, still champ. Told you so. Told you so. Told you so." Then Roderick Strong picked up the mic and was about to tell Velveteen Dream what he has in store for him at the end of the night, when he was interrupted by said character. Of course, the lights went down and there was just that amazing artwork of the Velveteen Dream on the big Titantron, but no Velveteen Dream. He then cut a disembodied promo, basically. Basically, Velveteen Dream told Roderick Strong to leave his Undisputed Boys behind. And, he basically insulted Roderick Strong's manhood once again. Then Roderick Strong threatened to make sure that Velveteen Dream wished he had never came back to NXT once he got done with him. Next, we had NXT Cruiserweight Championship action as Jordan Devlin, the Irish Ace, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, defended his belt against Lio Rush, the man of the hour. This was an alright match. Jordan Devlin could do so much better, but it just kind of felt half-cocked. The Irish Ace did retain his championship with the devil inside as he put away the man of the hour. Next, we were going to have a match with Austin Theory. Well, I guess you could say Austin Theory was going to have a match, in theory. However, he was interrupted by Tommaso Ciampa, who, Tommaso Ciampa then, Tommaso Ciampa hit the ring, and he warned Austin Theory. He said, "Don't test him, not tonight." And he came to the quick realization after what Johnny did. He came to realize that NXT isn't big enough for the two of them. So he's going to do what needs to be done. Of course, it's that point that Austin Theory tries to interrupt, and he gets cold-cocked for his troubles. And it was then that, Tommaso Ciampa just, he laid down the gauntlet for Johnny Gargano. A loser leaves NXT match. That would be confirmed later. Well, it wouldn't be confirmed yet. So it's up in the air. It's going to be interesting. However, Tommaso Ciampa wasn't done there. He then snapped, just beating the hell out of Austin Theory, throwing him into multiple guardrails, and it would be announced later on in the night that it would be Tommaso Ciampa taking on Austin Theory next week. Next, we had the grizzled young vets, Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson, and James Drake taking on Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde. No surprise, GYV got the victory. Afterwards, they then took to insulting the NXT crowd. So yeah, the grizzled young vets are basically a part of NXT USA now. Hooray! Next, we had the arrival of the new NXT Tag Team Champions, the Broserweights. Of course, Matt Riddle picks up the mic and says, "Bro, where's the golf cart?" And Pete Dunne reminded him that Matt Riddle got it impounded. Matt Riddle said, "Oh yeah, well, the three of us partied, me, Pete Dunne, and the Cup. But the Cup partied a bit too hard, and he violated the wellness policy. We're not going to see him in another 30 days." Ha ha ha. Okay, I can't fake laugh. It was pretty good. But then they met their challenge for the night as Lorcan and Birch took the ring in a fairly so-so match. Of course, the Broserweights got the victory. Next, we had a backstage segment with Dakota Kai and I forget her first name, but the Gonzalez chick. Basically, Dakota Kai's muscle. She explained her actions for why she did what she did at Portland. Basically, said her and Dakota Kai are kindred spirits because they watch people like Tegan Knox step up and get opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, even though, you know, others are putting in the work, you know. And William Regal basically said, "Well, that's interesting. So, in 2 weeks' time, we will get to see Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai in a steel cage match. It's going to be, hopefully it's going to be killer." Next, we were going to hear from the limitless North American champion Keith Lee, but before he could even say anything, out came the finest Kona Reeves. And before Kona Reeves could even say anything, you know, of his own accord, he got pounced for his troubles. And then Keith Lee just kind of picked up the mic and said, "You can ring the bell." So as soon as Kona Reeves readied himself, he ran right into a big bang catastrophe. Keith Lee beat Kona Reeves easy. Then out came Dijakovic, who basically started singing the blues. Who said, he basically said, "You only won because my back gave out when I hit the turnbuckle, and if, and if, and if." And then Keith Lee basically said, "You keep saying if, and if, but the reality is, I won." However, the fans were chanting, "Fight forever." So if you're not done, then I guess I'm not done. So we're going to see a rematch between them sometime down the line, and I really hope so, because damn, they put on a killer match at Portland. Next, we had a rematch between Chelsea Green and Caden Carter. It was a pretty decent match. In the middle of it, Bianca Belair hits the ring, and she pulls a Kanye West. Basically tells Chelsea Green and Robert Stone, "I'm happy for y'all. I'm going to let you finish after I say this one thing." And Bianca said, "I said you don't go here," you know, addressing Charlotte. "But now that you showed up, I want you here, and I want to face you. I don't care if it's here, on Raw, on SmackDown, or wherever. Charlotte, I'm going to find you. I'm going to beat that ass." And then she left the ring. Match continues. Chelsea Green gets the victory over Caden Carter with some assistance from Robert Stone. And finally, that leads to the main event, Roderick Strong taking on Velveteen Dream and another whatever match. Yeah, it was fairly slow and plotting. It just took a lot of freaking time. Towards the stretch, Velveteen Dream ripped off his jumpsuit, and there was he was wearing tights with Marina Shafir's face airbrushed all over the front section of his tights and the back section of his tights. Yeah, the Undisputed Era weren't too keen on that, and they tried to distract Velveteen Dream. However, Velveteen Dream still got the victory with a Dream Valley driver. However, as soon as the match ended, the Undisputed Era beat the hell out of Velveteen Dream, and Roderick Strong sealed it away with an end of Heartache. And that ended the February 19th edition of NXT. Well, NXT. Next, we go to the February 20th edition of NXT UK, where we kicked off the show with Tyler Bate taking on I'm Worthy Joseph Connors. We feel like he's takeover worthy, and we might see him on Takeover Dublin, since it was announced during Takeover Portland that NXT UK for the first time ever will be hosting Takeover from Ireland. That's going to be a killer show. I still say Jordan Devlin taking on Walter for the UK Championship should be the main event. Anyway, this was a so-so match. Tyler Bate got the victory over Joseph Connors. No surprise. Next, during a little segment where Tom Phillips and Aiden English were doing a rundown, they were interrupted by Jenny, who's basically in the market for a new assistant, and she refuses to be disrespected again. Of course, Jazzy Gabert just kind of up and left her, and up and left the company. Because of reasons, she can have her reasons. Next, we had one-on-one action as Josh Morrell took on Supernova 11, Noam Dar. Of course, no surprise, Noam Dar got the victory with the Nova Rolla. And finally, in the main event, before we get to the main event, there was a title match set for, I think it was 2 weeks, maybe more, between Walter and Bomber Dave Mastiff. So yeah, it's gonna be a big match, because they're both big men. Anyway, back to the main event. It was Ilya Dragunov coming to pay off his tab with the Gallus firm as he took on Joe Coffey. Now, they kicked off UK this week with a nice little video package, because as soon as the episode loaded up, you just see Joe Coffey, going about his business. And then you just hear Nigel McGuinness calling the title match faintly in the background. And of course, they replay where Ilya Dragunov hit Torpedo Moscow on Alexander Wolf right into Joe Coffey, causing compromising Joe Coffey's knee. So yeah, Ilya Dragunov was going to pay off his tab, and this was a fairly good match. Well, fairly is a bad word. Very good match. They both threw everything they had at each other. However, it was Ilya Dragunov getting the better of Joe Coffey in a shootout, because both of them were gearing up for their big move. Of course, Ilya Dragunov was ready to connect with the Torpedo Moscow, and Joe Coffey was ready to put it to bed with All for the Bells. Ilya Dragunov got the better of the exchange, and he put away the head of the Gallus firm. Afterwards, the Gallus boys hit the ring, and Joe Coffey was having to hold back Mark and Wolfgang. And he basically leaned into Dragunov close and said, "We're squared up, mate." Basically saying, all, you know, the hatchet's been buried, the water's under a bridge, everything's kosher. So, yeah. So, yeah, that was NXT UK from February 20th. So, let's go ahead and close out the show. If you missed Rod's opinions but not his face, he has a podcast, Prime Talk with Rodimus Prime, on the CastBox app. Go check it out. That being said, I'm Mr. First Place, War Machine Ninja, and I will see you guys next time.